The Dallas Mavericks are on the cusp of their first NBA championship in the Luka Dončić era. It really seems attainable right now because the Mavericks have a very good matchup against the Timberwolves if they get to that point, because the key to beat the Wolves are, you got to have 2 point guards, 2 closers, big guards, big ball handlers, and you got to have athletic wings and bigs to match them. Now, I know it's still the second round. They're still playing the Thunder, but they take a 2-1 series lead in Dallas heading into Game 4 with a chance to go up 3-1. PJ Washington has been a breakout star in this game. Luka and Kyrie, I like it a lot. I think that they close the series out against the Thunder, and then I think they have a great matchup against the Wolves, assuming they beat the Nuggets. We'll talk about all that and more in today's video. But first, they are locking the Thunder up with their great length, their great athleticism. You see Derrick Jones Jr., PJ Washington, both with 7-foot plus wingspans. Derek Lively standing at 7'1" with a 7'5" wingspan. Gafford down low, 6'10" with a 7'2" wingspan. Dante Exum at 6'5" with a 6'9" wingspan. Josh Green, 6'5" with a 6'10" wingspan. Lots of length, lots of athleticism, and PJ Washington has absolutely broken out in this series against the Oklahoma City Thunder. You see him there with the feed to Daniel Gafford. He's been a great three-point shooter, and he's gotten that nice little in-between game down, that little push shot that you more so used to see back in the 80s and 90s that he's now gotten down. In the regular season for Dallas, he averaged about 12.6 boards, 1.2 steals on 42% shooting from the field and 33% from three, whereas he averaged about 14 points a game, 5 boards, 2.2 assists for the Hornets. My Hornets, but we can never get things figured out. In the playoffs so far, however, he's averaging 15 points a game, 6 boards, 1.3 steals, 1.4 blocks on 48% shooting from the field, 42% from 3 over 6 attempts. So what changed? I mean, that's the huge question. He's just been on fire against the Oklahoma City Thunder, where he's averaging 22 points per game, 7.6 rebounds, 1 steal on 54% shooting from the field and 54% from 3. He had 29 in Game 2 and 27 in Game 3. He has been unconscious. Right now he's automatic from that corner pocket, and it definitely helps with Luka and his passing. Luka attracts so much attention that playing around him is that much easier. I mean, look at this right here. Lou Dort's not even in the play. They're playing 4-on-4. As a defense, you cannot hope to stop NBA level players playing 4-on-4. And you see right there, they just lob it over the top. Derrick Jones Jr., straight line drive to the basket because of all of the area that was opened up by Luka and Lou Dort playing patty cake over there in the corner. He can get to a spot wherever he wants on the floor, essentially. He was the NBA scoring champ this year. For the playoffs, he's averaging 28 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists. Now, he's not shooting it great, only 41% from the field and 26% from 3 on 10 attempts, but he's got a bad knee. Game 1 was rough. He only had 19 points, 5 turnovers, was 6 of 19 from the floor, but he's bounced back in Games 2 and 3. He's averaging 26 points, 13 boards, 6 assists, and this play right here sealed up Game 3 for them when he stole it, took it the other way, and laid it up over Chet Holmgren. Now, it always helps to have a second closer, and this is what makes the dynamic of this Mavericks team so much better. They can take away Luka now, and you still can have the most pure scorer on the court. Because make no mistake about it, Kyrie Irving is one of the most pure basketball players to ever touch the ball. He is so much fun to watch, a master of his craft. And look at this. If you're playing 4-on-4 against a team with Kyrie Irving, good luck. It is about impossible to stop a Kyrie-led team playing 4-on-4 when you're taking Luka Dončić out of the play, which is what makes Kyrie so valuable to this Mavericks team. If you look at his playoff numbers there, he's shooting at 51% from the field, 44% from 3 on about 23 points per game. He has completely changed the dynamic of Kyrie Irving. A couple of years ago, he was seen as a cancer. You can't win with him, and now he is a fantastic veteran closer for this Dallas Mavericks team, and he is really the last OG left in this playoffs. He's 31 years old, surrounded by a bunch of young guys in these NBA playoffs. This bucket right here with the left, that was so tough. That sealed it up. If you are enjoying today's video so far, make sure to go hit the like button, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button. We'll try to hit 100 likes on today's video. If we could do that, it would be greatly appreciated. And now with that being said, let's go ahead and get back to the video. The Mavericks have their fair share of off-ball playmakers as well. A ton of guys that can impact the game without touching the ball, which is exactly what you need when Luka Dončić dominates the ball for so long. guys like Tim Hardaway Jr., who we'll talk a little bit more about this later, but he was completely out of the rotation. In the regular season, he's averaging 14.2 points, 3.2 rebounds, 27 minutes a game. But before the Kleber injury, he was out of the rotation. You also have Daniel Gafford, who was brought in at the deadline. Both of their deadline acquisitions were absolutely massive in this playoff run so far. Gafford in the regular season, 11 points a game, 7 boards, 2 blocks in 22 minutes a night. Very good. I mean, Spanish pick and roll is tough to guard, especially with this Mavericks team with Luka at the point. You also got guys like Josh Green making plays off the bench. We referenced him earlier with his long athletic build. 8.2 points per game, 3.2 rebounds. Has been a very good three-point shooter for them throughout the regular season and playoffs, shooting at about 39% from three in the regular season. Like we said, they got Gafford down low, who has been physically imposing his will against Chet and company. Tim Hardaway Jr. has been huge. I mean, he took over down the stretch in games 2 and 3 at times against the Thunder. And like we said, he wasn't even in the rotation for the first series. The last 2 games, he scored 25 points. The rest of the playoffs, he's only scored 11. He's been the replacement in that lineup for Maxi Kleber, and he has done his job exceptionally well. Here he is throwing the lob to Lively, who the rookie, which was a great pick for them in the draft, was absolutely thrilled with this pick as an onlooker looking into the Mavs organization. You see the numbers for the regular season. Now, this is why I think they can beat the Wolves. I think they have a great matchup with their 2 pure point guards. This is footage of game 2 in the Nuggets Timberwolves series, where the T-Wolves absolutely clamped up and they wore down Jamal Murray throughout the course of the game. They got up in the Denver Nuggets and they couldn't even get a shot off half the time. A lot of shot clock violations, making Aaron Gordon taking fadeaway contested jumpers. They were really physical with their screening, getting through screens, blowing screens up. Jamal Murray was still a little bit hurt, but I mean, Naz Reid absolutely locking up. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Jaden McDaniels clamping things down. But I think with 2 pure point guards as opposed to just the one that the Nuggets have, they don't even really have a backup. I mean, they got Reggie Jackson, but an old Reggie Jackson compared to Kyrie Irving, who's still technically in his prime. Here's some more highlights, but this is from game 3 this time, where they decided to play through Jokic more as a point guard, and I relate that to Luka Dončić, who is a big point guard, ball-dominant guy, although Luka is much more skilled getting downhill with the ball in his hands. Here's Kyrie again. If the Mavs stick to their 1-2 punch, let each other, feel it out, decide when Kyrie needs to take over, when Luka needs to take over, I think they will be just fine. I think they can beat the Timberwolves and get all the way to the NBA Finals, where ultimately they maybe can beat the Boston Celtics. With that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like button and hit that subscribe button if you did enjoy at any point. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching today's video.